Hi YouTube, I'm Sylvia Moonbeam. Today we're taking a look at the Spider-Man versus Ghost Rider motorcycle Lego Marvel set. I picked this up yesterday for $10 at my Target. Obviously this video is not sponsored because I have not made a single cent off of YouTube in the decade plus I've been here. But despite being primarily marketed as a Spider-Man set, all of Spider-Man's pieces fundamentally add up to this. Just a Spider-Man minifigure and some web. So if you came here for Spider-Man, here he is. He has back printing. He has poorly done arm printing. He has no second face because he's Spider-Man. If you are here for Spider-Man, video over. See you next time. If you're here for my boy Ghost Rider, stay tuned, because $10 is a great price for a Lego Ghost Rider. But this is not the first time we've gotten a Lego Ghost Rider, even post-pandemic. Because only 2 years ago, we got, or actually, oh gosh, it's 3 now. In January of 2023, we got this Ghost Rider. Now, obviously, as a set, this is more minifig scale, and this is a lot more affordable. But for $30, the Ghost Rider mech is really cool. So, is this guy worth 3 of these? Because this is 10 and this is 30. Well, it's up for you to decide. I'm going to talk about, obviously, the star of the show / our more recent set first. It does what a lot of micro fighters for Marvel does, and it has stud shooters on it. In fact, let's get another 2026 set in the roughly $10 price range to compare it. Stand by. And I'm back. So to compare this guy, we have in that same roughly 10 to 12 or 10 to 12-ish dollar price range, we have the Plo Koon microfighter. Obviously not as intricate of a build because this is mostly plates, but you can still see the 2 stud launchers, just like we have stud launchers. Here has a main minifigure, got some neat little stuff. This is Star Wars, obviously. But you probably want me to compare it to the set that also just recently came out of the Mandalorian speeder bike with Grogu. You can see they scale very well. They have a character driving a bike. They even have a secondary minifigure of a cute little funny guy. But this one does not have stud launchers, so I pulled this one too. This was $10. I think this is a good use. I think this is worth it. This was $10. I think this is worth it. Both of these are still on shelves right now too, so it's easy to get your hands on these. And this one is also $10 and comes with a Spider-Man. Honestly, pretty affordable for a Spider-Man. It's so many sets though have Spider-Man, but not a lot of sets have Ghost Rider. Like I think I mentioned earlier, Ghost Rider is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and he does not get a lot of Lego sets. So, which one is the better bang for your buck? Well, this Ghost Rider, as you can see, has got some cool flamey detail on the chest and that wonderful burning chain. And he's got these little handheld pieces, like flaming hands or flaming punches, if you will, that have a little stud piece. So in theory, you can take off the flames from the bike and have him shooting flames from his hands. Like so. And that's pretty cool. This one's also kind of a bit of an improvement. He definitely is pulling off a pendant stare. Very cool. But the headpiece, more importantly, the hairpiece is removable to just have the white kind of blank head underneath, but flaming head if you want to do something silly, like give your Spiderman flaming hair. Or give, say, Dinjarin flaming hair. Don't lie, this kind of looks cool. Don't lie. So yeah, you can do some interesting stuff because this is a separate piece. And the bike is actually pretty good. It rolls well. It has, you know, the real rubber tires. This one's on an axle. This one's on a new piece I've never seen before. It was like a extended long pin, which is kind of neat. And it has, you know, little spouts for the fire to plug in the back. In addition to the stud launchers in the front, because obviously he has guns attached to his bike. I don't know. But also, probably the coolest thing is this printed tile. Like the metallic cow skull, which is a really unique little piece. I like that because it's clear, it's transparent orange with a print on top of it. That's really cool. Let's compare that to this hefty baby, which was $30 back in 2023, which I picked this one up like immediately because I love Ghost Rider. It doesn't scale well. Like with other mechs, sure. If you're a big fan of the Star Wars mechs or the Marvel mechs or even the DC mechs, he scales well. But let's be honest, you're not really buying it for the mech. You're not really buying it for the bike. You're mostly probably buying it because you know who's rare? Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider does not get a lot of love. At least not in Lego. But we can take off his chain and have a little Ghost Rider with a chain. And you'll notice his print has the chain, but not the fiery effects. He doesn't have a little pennant stare going on. But the biggest sin is that this fire headpiece does not come off. It was dual molded. Either that or they like super glued it on in-house. This fire piece does not come up. So weirdly enough, if you just want a normal Ghost Rider, in theory, this is a far more generic figure. You could have this guy driving the little bike. And that's not terrible. If you have both, I kind of like the look of this. Plus, you know, this one has the chain. I kind of like the look of this. Though, I'll play the game. The mech is fairly standard for a mech. It has little studs on it, which is cool because, you know, studded leather jacket. It's got the orange pieces, which is actually kind of nice theming because it's not just Halloween-y. It's supposed to be like the fire within, underneath the leather and the metal. Sure. And also, a common piece of, on the back of the mech, you can see the back of the mech and the back of this bike share a piece. Obviously, this one's intending to go for like a leather jacket, and this one's just the back of the motorcycle. But it's cool that they have the same piece there. And this one, the handles are dumb. I hate the handles. But you have a printed piece here too. So it's nice that even when Ghost Rider has a dumb mech, that they still do a printed piece for the skull. And of course, you have flame pieces for both. This one, I think, just uses orange. Yeah, it's just transparent orange. This one does a blend of, is that red or it's red and yellow with a little bit of, you can see it blends to orange in the middle. So you can also do stuff like, you know, that if you want. This looks kind of cool. I like this. Yeah, I think both of them are really cool. If you're a big fan, again, of the mechs, go with this one. But unless you want the fire pieces and, honestly, in my opinion, a slightly cooler minifigure, just for display, the mech might be a little unapproachable, especially because it's not on store shelves anymore. I know it had originally sold for $30. Who knows how much you can find it on the aftermarket now. But if you're a fan of Ghost Rider like I am, and you're willing to shell out $10, this is not a bad set. It's a little Ghost Rider. It has some cool little accessories. It has a custom print. Worst case scenario, you get a Spider-Man and flaming hair for $10 and a cool little side build. If you really, really want to look at it as a worst case scenario, I'm almost tempted to see if I can combine these together into like a super Ghost Rider mech thing. Who knows? It'd be kind of funny to have like this bike piloting the big bike. That'd be really funny. Wildly impractical, but it'd be funny. Anyway, let me know. What do you think of the new Ghost Rider motorcycle Lego set? Do you think it's worth $10? Do you think they needed to add the Spider-Man? Because honestly, I don't even need the Spider-Man. He's just kind of cute. He's going to go in a box. But I like this. Until next time, I've been Sylvia Moonbeam. And, another engagement question. Who do you think would win in a race between Ghost Rider and Din Djarin? I'll see you next time.